Hey, it's Zach from Dystopian Dance Party, and I have had this Wrecka Stow footage sitting in the camera for almost 2 months now. I just never got around to editing it together, and I actually have other videos piling up, so it's time to just get this out of the way. And you know, there's some good stuff that we picked up too. So late September, Kia and I went to a record store called Blue Groove Soundz, which is in, I think Arlington, Virginia?
Yeah.
Yes, Arlington, Virginia. It's a little like hole in the wall, which are some of my favorite kinds of record stores where you go into a cramped room and just dig through boxes. Like, that's my ideal record shopping experience. I love the place, eager to go back, and here's some of the stuff we picked up.
So Blue Groove Soundz is a small basement space. You can see, here's me going down the stairs. I didn't know that this was the store. I was a little, I didn't know until I got down here, but there it is. You can see the sign and everything. You can see as we step in, very narrow, you know, like it's kind of a tight squeeze, but there's a lot of records for such a small shop. And here's me browsing the jazz section, trying to look smart. And here's a wider shot of the store. Lots of different styles, Led Zeppelin, the Cramps. There's a pretty extensive hip-hop section. I love any store with a Jay-Z and Jeezy section. And normally we get some shots of the racks. I lost a lot of footage, but here's me looking at the 12-inch for Beat Street. And oddly, some kind of 12-inch from the Nutty Professor soundtrack. I don't know what that's about.
So first, this was one of Kia's choices. She already did a video. So if you watch Kia Matthews' channel, you are already familiar with this. Of course, this is Liquid Swords by the Jizza. Very, you know, classic early Wu-Tang solo album. Kia's been kind of picking up all of the early Wu-Tang albums, so that's cool. I get to listen to that. Another one Kia picked up was Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. This is both of our favorite MJ records. You know, obviously Thriller is a classic, but Off the Wall to me that's, you know, just the pure Michael Jackson, you know, before he went pop, like just the Quincy Jones kind of post-disco. It's Michael Jackson when he was at his blackest, basically. Yeah, literally and figuratively, because you can see this is the original cover where he has the afro, not the Jerry curl. I don't know why Michael went on to change the covers of his albums, but he did when he reissued them in the 2000s. He was magically lighter skinned and had straighter hair. Very weird. So I always like to get the original pressing of Off the Wall. One more purchase by Kia, which I don't have that much to say about, is Sade. It's a good record. I'm sort of like just barely starting to get into Sade because I realize, you know, for somebody who likes 80s R&B as much as I do, I really should be listening to Sade. But I just never really checked them out. But it's a good record. Sweetest Taboo is on it. This is probably, I feel like this is probably their most famous. But again, I don't know anything about Sade. So now I also picked up 3 records. The first of these is Nightclubbing by Grace Jones. And I think I put another record down for this one, like, because when I saw this I had to get it. This is, of course, the one with Pull Up to the Bumper. This is obviously the one with Nightclubbing, her cover of the Iggy Pop, the David Bowie produced Iggy Pop song from The Idiot. This was Grace Jones' debut album. It's kind of her at her most new wave, her most Jerry Curl music, if you will. Probably my favorite Grace Jones record, so I had to have this. And you know, what an iconic cover too. It's great. Speaking of Jerry Curl music, Ebony Webb, who I wrote about for last year's Jerry Curl June. These guys, I mean, first of all, just look at them. Like, how could you not want that album? And second of all, these guys were kind of like, they were as as Prince as you can get without actually being Prince. Not, you know, obviously not visually. They're not like they're not the Deal or anything. But you listen to the song I wrote about, Something About You. It is literally Head by Prince, but with you know, slightly less suggestive lyrics and more heavy breathing. So if you love, you know, Prince circa 1980, 1981, like Dirty Mind controversy era, and you're like, I wish I could hear more of that, just check out Ebony Webb, because they literally sound like Prince. The last one, this one I was super excited about. I don't know enough. I don't know if this is an original pressing or what. It's original enough though. The second album by Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, absolutely free. I am a big 60s Zappa fan. I mean, I like Zappa in the 70s too, but my favorite period for Frank Zappa is the late 60s, when he just made these weird, you know, like satirical, like parodies of psychedelic rock music. Very cynical, very, you know, to everyone, to the right, to the silent majority. Very cynical also to the hippie movement. He was just, Frank Zappa was just a bastard all around, and I will always appreciate a good bastard. So yeah, this is the one with Plastic People, Colony Vegetable, kind of the novelty hit. Well, hit for the Mothers is always a relative thing. And this one has Brown Shoes Don't Make It, one of my favorites. Just like unbelievably offensive, you know, political satires. It's just a great record. One of these days I hope to pick up a good copy of We're Only In It For The Money, his third album, but those tend to be a little pricey, or they tend to be pretty beat up. This one is not in the best shape. There's a little bit of splitting here. But I buy records to listen to them, not to like keep them in a glass case and preserve them. So I will definitely be listening to this. I haven't actually listened to Absolutely Free in a long time, so I'm excited about it. So yeah, that was Blue Groove Soundz. Like I said, definitely want to come back. You know, they're just in Arlington, which is not far from us. Northern Virginia continues to deliver with the independent record stores. I can't complain. Not a big fan of Arlington in general, but I can't be mad at Blue Groove Soundz. So yeah, thanks for watching, and check us out on dystopiandanceparty.com. Bye-bye.
A world of secret hope.